this week, couldn't we? Couldn't we all use points this week? I think we could all use points this week. Okay. And so what am I offering? I have 5 gift cards. If I know that you're ordering a gift card today, I will give you a code to one, and then you can return the code to me when yours comes in the mail if you're in the United States. Okay, so there is that possibility, but I have to you have to screenshot or something and show me that you have a gift card ordered. Okay, and so let's not hold up points at least with 5 gift cards if we don't need to. Okay. But I need to know that I'm getting that gift card back, right? But that way you can put in points now and next to now. Everybody knows it's one of my favorite trainings right now as we go into the end of this year. If you want 2026 to be your best year ever, you don't start in 2026. You start yesterday. And what a great day yesterday would be to get started with what the great trainings and the great presentation that we saw. I think everybody should get a copy of last night's presentation and utilize that quite readily and fondly. So anyways, those are a few little nuggets that I have here. If those that don't know my phone number, I'll put it in the chat in a minute. If you're one of those guys that is getting a gift card and will or gals that's getting a gift card, but you'd rather make sure that you get the points this week instead of next week, and go ahead and put them in. I have 5 positions that could do that as long as I know I'm getting the gift card back. Okay. Now you would still be ordering the gift card, so you would still pay for it. You would still get the hash power, but we would just swap out the gift cards so that we can get points in this week. I hope that makes sense for you. Okay. Now let me stop right there on the gift cards and say, guys, we have only 7 more days. So next week at this time, there will be no Christmas promo. But guess what else? In 18 days, the 5 to get 1's going away. So I would be pushing the 5 to get 1 like nobody's business, because the end of the year, Bobby did say Tuesday, and we know if Bobby says it, it usually happens. Now sometimes it's a few days late, sometimes it's not a few days late, but if Bobby says it, it usually is confirmed and happening. And he did say it on Tuesday that the end of the year, 5 to get 1 will be going away. Okay, so now's the time to sell 5 to get 1. Then you don't have to wait on a gift card. Okay, so that's even better. I know I got a couple people to put in today. I hope you're putting in people, because another big thing is the new. And Cory, maybe maybe you could read your thing real quick before you introduce your guest that you posted, because the new promotion got better as of the Ranger call, and Cory laid it out a little bit for us. And so let me just stop there and go, guys, he don't need an introduction. He's been helping out on this call over and over and over again and doing such a magnificent job, and we just love him dearly. And he's going to introduce our guest today, because I just learned that they've went back like 10 years or something like that, and that they pretty much jump off the cliff together. And so since they jump off the cliff together, Mr. Cory, I'm going to turn it over to you, brother.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Good morning. Yeah, I feel like I've been married to Jeffrey for over 10 years, but we've had a great relationship, and but I'll introduce Jeffrey in a second. But yeah, man, this promotion, it got so much better. I had somebody reach out to me last night and was like, I thought it was only, you only get paid on the double of your cash potential, but let me clarify this for you guys. So there's a new bonus incentive that was launched on on Tuesday that Gage came up with, and it basically is Well, let's help you understand it. And it's very, very lucrative right now for several reasons. But it's basically doubling your cash potential with the 10% bonus in TXC coins. So what you have to do is at least double for the week. And this is week to week until Bobby says it's over. He has not put an end date on it yet. But let's give it an example. So in the single week, let's put it at this week. Let's say you started this week at $3,000 in cash potential, okay? And that's what you're sitting. And I'll use my daughter, for example. My daughter has $3,000 in cash potential. And she brings in someone today with a 5 pack. So that would be $5,000 worth of cash potential. This is you personally, her personally bringing in somebody because cash potential counts towards when you personally bring somebody in. You're bringing revenue into the company. That adds to your cash potential. So a 5 pack on top of her 3 pack would give her what? $8,000 cash potential. And then tomorrow morning, she brings in somebody with another 1 pack that gives her $6,000 this week in cash potential. That doubles, right, from her original three. So she qualifies for the promotion. So that she's got $6,000 cash potential. That puts her um, that puts her at $6,000 cash potential. She's going to get 10% of that difference. So from 3 to 6 is a $3,000 double in cash potential. She's going to get $300 worth of Texa coins. And and why is this so important right now, guys? And why is this so lucrative right now? Because where we're at with the price of Texa coin, imagine what happens once we do hit that $16 and beyond. That $300 is going to be worth a little more than $300. So you have an opportunity right now to really turn on the thrusters. We understand it's the season. We understand it's the holiday season. Things always slow down in every industry well, most industries in this area. Think about it right now. If you guys are sitting on $1,000 cash potential, or you have the opportunity to really, really take this thing to the next level. You could really turn. If you watch yesterday's with Coach Bud, we had Thomas and I and a few Rangers on who did a roundtable with Coach Bud. All of us shared how we refer people into the business, including hot leads, our friends and family, people that we kind of know, and then people that we've never met before. And so we all gave you tips and things on how to bring people in. So, and of course, we're always here to help. That's what we do as Rangers. We're here to help you guys grow your businesses. Um, so take full advantage of this promotion to where you're sitting at $1,000 or $5,000 cash potential right now, or whatever you're sitting at, and you have this opportunity. Let's say you went crazy and you took it to a $50,000 cash potential in the span of you hit it 1 week, you hit it the next week, just keep adding on to it, but pace yourself, as Bobby said. But imagine you taking that and the amount of, you could earn upwards of $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 worth of Texas coin right now, and just take your calculator out and multiply that by a $50 coin or a $100 coin or $1,000 coin, or just use your imagination and dream again. So you see what I did there? Dream again. And so that's the and like I said, Bobby hasn't put a cutoff on this, so get busy. I'm here to help you guys, and of course, all of our leaders are here to help. So with that being said, hopefully that makes perfect sense. You guys can put a one if that made sense in the chat. If two, if you're still confused, and I'll clarify it further, or maybe Thomas has something to clarify it further. But so guys, yeah, I have Jeffrey has volunteered bravely to to come on today, and Jeffrey and I go way back over 10 years of multiple different networking businesses. And Jeffrey is a guy that is after my own heart of helping change the world, helping serve others, and through that, through network marketing, he latches on to what is needed what is to learn. Immerses himself with education and knowledge, and more than anything, his passion and his excitement. He's a very excitable gentleman, and I love it. And we chat all the time. So, without further ado, Jeffrey's going to show us the ins and out of how to trade in Canada and how to move crypto in Canada. But I think this is very important as well for everybody here, not just Canada specific, because what you do in crypto is basically the same around. So if you go from one exchange to another, say Pionex to MEXC or Pionex to Dex-Trade, you learn the basic concept and you can move and weave and integrate everything throughout these different platforms. It's just a different user interface, but it's basically you're doing the same thing. So I'm excited to have Jeffrey come on. And Mr. Jeffrey Marston, welcome to the Friday morning crypto training.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Good morning, and thank you very much. Man, I hope everybody's having an amazing, blessed day. Thank you, Thomas, for that prayer just before jumping on here. And yeah, I hope to, be able to share some value. I mean, you guys got it locked down. I'm just trying to, maneuver the way through this space here in Canada. So yeah, I mean, again, yes, we go back every time Cory, comes up with something. He gives me a reach out, and I just jump in, and then figure. I pull the old Richard Branson, freaking jump in, figure it out as we go, and keep plugged into the system. So yeah, basically, so what I wanted to do today is I wanted to actually just kind of help out some of those, and obviously everybody here on the panel that may have referral in Canada. There's a few exchanges. The regulatory aspect of things here in Canada is a little bit different, or a whole lot different than it is in the US. So I just wanted to show, we obviously are using Dex-Trade. I wanted to show the two different Dex-Trades here in Canada so that the confusion with some saying that we're not able to use Dex-Trade in Canada, we can. But there is another Dex-Trade that you can't use. So the one that we are always on, or the one that Texit Coin is on, is the Dex-Trade. I'll go ahead and share my screen here. 1 second. And hopefully everybody can see that. I gotta move myself
We got
around.
you.
Yep.
All right, perfect. So as you can see here, so I got a couple of them dropped up. So this one here, this is the Dex-Trade, as you can see here, without the dash.com. This one here is the one that you cannot use here in Canada. It's all based on mobile. And when you go to check it out or scan the QR code, as I've done, it says that our country is restricted because we've got too many rules. But as far as Dex-Trade goes, just like Cory said, to touch base and tap into what he said. Yeah, it's like anything. Once you start moving around in the ecosystem or the space of crypto throughout all the different exchanges, basically it's really it's this simple. Once you know how to move and copy and paste a wallet, you can basically jump into any exchange and maneuver through their ecosystem. So for me in Canada, this is what I do. So, and unfortunately, I'm sorry I don't have the crypto.com up here on the desktop. But so I always purchase my USDC in my crypto.com app. At which point in time, I'll take that USDC and I'll drop over into Dex-Trade, or I'll drop over into Bitmart. There are a couple other ones that are KYC'd over here, as far as Newton and as far as Kraken. I don't use those ones. Obviously, I use everything that works for the ecosystem of Texit Coin. So I purchased my USDC in crypto.com, at which point in time I send that USDC over here into Dex-Trade, and then this is what I do. Some may do it differently and so on, but I'll just click in here to the overview and the spot. So when I get into here, sorry if it's a little bit slow. Did that go? Let's go. Let's go. Come on, computer. So over here in the spot, I already moved the money over just for this demonstration here today from the crypto.com. But you can see as it lands in here, it lands in USDC. Now on Dex-Trade, we have to do USDT for our Texas coin. So I put the money in here in the USDC, and then I do this. Now, some people obviously they can, they'll go in, they'll just click on here and convert and so on. One of the tools that I love in Dex-Trade is simply right here. Excuse me. So I come right down here to the quick crypto exchange. And this is exactly how I do it. It's, pretty easy for here. So I click here. I go down to the bottom here. I make sure I click over to USDC, at which point in time, click max, preview my conversion, convert in 3 seconds. I like it. They're going to take, a couple of cents. And then boom, just like that, I've now converted that USDC into the USDT. Obviously here you can see successful. You can check out the transaction history. So what I do now is I simply jump back here. I go, okay, that's all done. Back up into my wallet, over here into spot. Now, the only thing I haven't found, and I'm not sure that Dex-Trade has it yet, but they don't have the trading bot. Now, I'll touch base on that in a minute. I just kind of wanted to show you this. So here we go. We've got the USDT is sitting here now. Excuse me. So at which point in time, if I go up here into trade, I go into my spot trading. As you can see, I've already got it set for TXC as the USDC. Excuse me. So, and through all the other teachings that obviously Cory has done, and then Lauren and Jeremy as well, pretty much everybody should have an idea or a grasp on how we're buying and selling TXC. Now, Dex-Trade doesn't have a bot yet that I can tap into to show the bot trading. But again, just like Cory has mentioned in his prior trainings, this is what I do. I love the market. I don't set a limit or anything because I'm all in on Texas coin. So I just absolutely love the market aspect of things. So when I come in here, I go into my spot trading. I make sure that it's over here on market. I can see that my USDT is here. So now I'm just going to go in here and literally I'm just going to purchase for you right now. So we're going to go in here and do it this way. I'm going to drop 20 in. And then, hey, I mean, this is it for how we move it here in Canada. I go ahead and I select the buy. And as you can see here, little green tab saying order is sent and processing. And whammo, it goes through and we get an extra 20 TXC and get the happy jingle going. Right. So that's again, this is just to show that obviously the training that everybody is doing for us in the US, it does work for us as well here in Canada. There's just a couple of little extra steps that we have to take to maneuver through the ecosystem. So like I said, I go crypto.com is my on-road and off-road, or on-ramp and off-ramp. So I purchase my USDC crypto.com. I then send it to Dex-Trade. I do my exchange, or I do my swap out for USDC to USDT, at which point in time, that's when I jump into the trading market under spot trade. I hit market. Now, just like Cory has said and others, you can go ahead and set limits and look at the sell orders, look at the buy orders, and you set yourself up with limits if you so wish. I myself just strictly go market. So This in a whole is how I do it for Dex-Trade. Now I am working with Bitmart, because Bitmart is the other one out of all of our exchanges. And again, you can find that at CoinMarketCap. So I look at all these. So, MEX, it's a tough one to use here in Canada. Bitmart can be used in Canada. Dex-Trade can be used in Canada. Pionex is a no in Canada. UZX is a no in Canada. Jucom is a no in Canada. Pitcoal is a no in Canada. So of this list of our exchange here, of the 10 that we have now, Uniswap, I haven't done the Uniswap one. I know that one you can use in Canada as well. So I will get into the Uniswap over the weekend. But MEX can be used. It's just a longer process, and there's a lot of regulatory stuff to go over with MEX C being used in Canada. But Bitmart and Dex-Trade are all simple email. That's it. You know how to work the system, or you know how to work within the exchanges. So you're basically signing up with an email, and whammo, you've got access to using the exchange. So I literally just got started here with Bitmart. I started Bitmart last night, diving into it to find out exactly everything we can do, everything we can use within it. It does have a trading bot. It is a grid bot. I'll be going over that today myself, so that I can educate myself before I can obviously pass it on to the community. But this one, Bitmart, is definitely next on the list for Canadians, and all of us. It's just to have that information to be able to share in case anybody does bring on a Canadian person or a Canadian referral. We'll have the resources available to help those out. So I will do my due diligence over the weekend here on Bitmart, and I will get that back. And if Thomas wants, I can jump on the Wednesday and do a Bitmart breakdown for us as well on the Canadian side, on this side of the border. So again, I want to, hopefully I did provide some value. I mean, Dex-Trade has been covered quite extensively within the organization, within our group. But I just wanted to show the difference, the little bit of difference here for Canada. So now, the same way as you've seen, being able to purchase and moving the money into Dex-Trade ecosystem, that it's the same way moving it out. So for an example, if I wanted to go and I wanted to sell sell the TXC for USDC, well, the same thing, as going into the ecosystem of Dex-Trade is the same way going out. So I would actually just go and do my swap for TXC into USDC, at which point in time, I just love the tool. I think it's a really great, quick tool for those that are less tech savvy and so on. But I would simply come back here once I've swapped out my TXC, and then bang, I would do the USDC, and I would drop it down here. Sorry, USDT. And then I would drop down here, and I would go to USDC. Okay. Then I would hit my max. I would do the swap, and then the same thing would happen. My USDC would be readily available for me, at which point in time I would move it from Dex-Trade into crypto.com, where then I, simply use my crypto.com Visa to tap wherever Visa is accepted in the world. So I hope that gives some more insight for Canadian counterparts over here. And like I said, I will definitely do my due diligence over this weekend to have Bitmart completely dissected for the Canadian side of the border here. And I will also check into Uniswap. But as of right now, this is the way I maneuver Texit Coin through the ecosystems of Dex-Trade, and eventually here will be Bitmart, because of the Canadian side of things. And that's it. Other than that, I mean, Cory, when you get an opportunity to bring my truck back, that'd be great.
That's funny. That's awesome. I just saw a comment. Aaron said that actually we had a Canadian that went to set up their Dex-Trade account yesterday, Dex-Trade account to input their TXT deposit wallet address in their sign up of miner purchase, and it came up with error not available in your region. We have never seen this or this. So not to create any confusion, but simple heads up. So we ended up setting up a TXT wallet app and her to get a wallet address for sign up. Um, yeah, this has actually happened to several of my US people, and I think it's happened to quite a few people. Candace, you can hop on too, because Candace does a lot of onboarding and stuff for me in crypto for my people. But um, there's something with Dex Trade that doesn't recognize or it doesn't allow even US. Thomas, I don't know if you've experienced it as well. I'm sure you have, but it's happening not just in Canada, but US and multiple places. But I just wanted to put that side note in. Yeah, New Yorker. Yeah. It was weird because I had somebody in Alabama it happened to near you, Candace. And then
No.
I had somebody in Illinois it happened to in Missouri. Yeah, Susan just said Missouri. Yeah, Illinois and Missouri I had it happen because that's where.
Miss, I had one in Mississippi just the other day that tried it and couldn't get
Yeah,
it
so
on there.
this is the point here, extremely important that what I mentioned before Jeffrey started talking about different exchanges is that this is what makes you, like Thomas said, crypto fluent. And you could easily go over to Pionex, depending on your location. But of course, you can go to Pionex, sign up, and I can even pop on here and go over the trading bots if you guys want real quick. But Thomas, yeah, you can, or Jeffrey, yeah, you can navigate over to Pionex, or you can go to MEXC if you use a VPN and you're in the United States. I use MEXC all the time, guys, and I just because I just it's just a personal thing. But we as teachers, of course, will teach on different exchanges like we have recordings. But if you run into the Dex-Trade user not allowed in this country error, just switch over to Pionex and have it's easy sign up as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
and we're not 100% sure of this, but we do think that some Gmails are and maybe all Gmails. I don't know. I don't use a Gmail for Dex-Trade. My main account is the Comcast email. But what one thing that we do know for sure is that some people are signing up with a deeper account than just a sign-in account.
Mhm.
And so here in the U.S. that will never work. Okay, so you don't get KYC. You don't go further than a sign in. So I'm setting up a username and a password and a Google Authenticator. And that's all that I do on Dex-Trade. I don't go any further, try to get any more qualifications or anything else. I haven't put any other information in there whatsoever. So that might be one thing here in the U.S. at least. Um,
yeah,
uh,
and you no, you definitely nailed that, Thomas, on that one because that is a definite step that happens, and I see it a lot of time here in Canada as well. Exactly what you just said. There is, and it's what I call it. It's the simple sign up where you're just doing the email and you get your verification. You've got access to be able to using the exchange. Then there's let's dive right deep and use everything about the exchange where they want a KIC, you're dropping in everything but your blood type. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that does happen. As far as uh, Dex trade here in Canada, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is I believe I forget their name, but anyway, I'll check into it, and that's the Alberta regulations. There's a little bit of different regulations out there in Alberta province than it
Kind
is
of like
to
New York.
Ontario
Yeah.
province,
Yeah.
right? So I'll
Yep.
figure that out. As far as VPN, I did try two different VPNs that I use. I love Proton; it's a phenomenal platform. But there's something, and again, I'll dive more into it and dig up more information. But there's something too within, once you drop in a VPN for Canada, it'll come up and go, oh, we're noticing you're using a VPN. This is not allowed. So for me, I love exactly what you said, Thomas. I love trying to find or use what I call the simple sign up.
Right.
And the reason why I do it this way is I'm not the millionaire yet. I will be, but the simple sign up for me is it's just an easy way to be able to get in, utilize the platforms, and be able to move through ecosystems, right? So I don't. I mean, I'm on Kraken and on Newton. I've done the full blown KYC and everything else like that. As far as my journey here within Texas Coin, I just do it with the simple sign up and being able to utilize an ecosystem or a road system or a road map where I can move from my back office TXC to an exchange, and be able to buy, sell, and trade with it. So,
Well, let me also say this. I do believe that sometimes people don't know that they have a VPN, that it like comes with their Avast or comes with their McAfee or something like that, and they have
certainly,
it on, and they don't even have a clue what region they're in, or even how to find out what region they're in, and so
certainly.
that might be a troubleshoot
Mm.
there. And then I just thought of this as I was saying that I also think that sometimes if we clear up our cache, if maybe we've been trying a couple times or something, clear up our cache, get back in there and try that simple sign up again. Just thoughts.
Yeah, no, and you're
We got
100%
to
right on that.
troubleshoot, right? We got to
Yeah,
troubleshoot.
no, you're 100% right on that as well. There is the cash, like it plays a role a lot. You'll see, I've already had it with some of my team players where they're like, hey, just signed up, see my back office 2 days ago, and now I go to log in and it's telling me no, I can't log in. Like, what's clear your cache, jump back in, you're good to go. Now, the other thing too is, people may want to also look at their firewall settings and their security permissions within the firewall settings, because if they've got themselves completely epoxy blocked off, then um, there's certain things or certain platforms and whatnot that firewall will pick up and say, nope, you're not coming in. We're not going to allow you access or allow access to be using it.
And I think the simple sign up is called Dex-Trade Classic, but don't get me wrong, but I'm looking at mine right now, and that's what it says in the URL. So, and there you go, Cory. I was just going to grab that. Good job.
Yeah,
Okay, teamwork makes the dream work.
that's
Love it.
right. That's right.
Cory, I think you had something else you were going to cover, but let me say this, Jeffrey. Invaluable information. Stick on with Cory. Do whatever you guys are going to do, and the answer is yes. You can take some of the time on Wednesday, if not all of it. And so I already put your name down, so you shouldn't be careful when you volunteer in front of me. It doesn't take much for me to grab a hold of that and run with it, or I force you in the corner like I did to the guys yesterday. But I think Cory his phone and stuff, so I think he's loaded to bear. So let me hush up and see if I was right. If Cory has some more stuff to add.
Sure. I'll just add a quick because I know I've got a lot of people reaching out for Pionex and what's going on there. And let me share here from my phone. Oh, only the host can share. Thomas, do you mind, or I can make my other account. One second. I think I have the ability to do that. Thomas, can you make my other
I did.
account?
I did.
Thank you, sir.
You betcha.
All right. Okay, so I'm on my phone, obviously. I'm going to go to Pionex, which you guys can see here. It's the middle row at the very bottom, pionex.us. Clearly, that's for US. And so what I'm going to do is, like Jeffrey and Thomas just talked about, you go through and get yourself signed up. And so it's the same as everything else. You get yourself signed up, you enter your email, you set password, you do all that good stuff. And so what I did was I've loaded up. I did this or the day before yesterday, and I loaded up USDT on my account. For whatever reason, I was having trouble purchasing USDT through Pionex directly, and I usually don't do that, but at any rate, I wasn't able to do it through my bank account and use my debit card. So what I did was I just used crypto.com and I added some from Coinbase as well. So what I did was I purchased USDT, sent it over to straight into my Pionex account here, and you see the again, this is just user interface. You see the typical buy crypto at the top here, deposit, send, receive. You got all the good stuff right here to move in and out of crypto. And so you see at the very bottom there is different tabs. We have markets. I'll show you the markets tab. You can see TXC there. I've got that on my watch list. A little quick side note, guys. When you are on exchanges and you're logged in, it's always a good idea to add TXC onto your watch list or your favorites because that helps the algorithm as well. Just like if you're on CoinMarketCap, you can go into CoinMarketCap when you're logged in. You can click on bullish. There's a vote there. You can click on bullish. I can show you that quickly if someone reminds me at the end here. But adding it to your watch list shows the exchange that, okay, there's thousands of people here adding this token to the watch list. There must be something there. Let's make sure, and I don't want to get off on a side note here, but let's just make sure we do that. But if you go to spot, you see at the top right, you always find a little menu. There's spot, and then the top cryptos here. You can just filter it by these different things, but you see there's USDT. Or spot. So if you're coming in here as a new person onto Pionex, you can hit that little search magnifying glass on the top right there and just type in TXC and it'll filter all the way through. You can click on it. We're up 11%. That's great to see. And then you see the chart and you see the order books and the transactions, everything. Now, you can get to the bot by several different ways. This is one of them. You see create bot on the bottom right. And you can go from there, or if you're on if you're on the home page, which is the bottom left icon there, you can go to, I'm just gonna let this person in. You're gonna go to the home screen. You can see the bot in the bottom middle there of the icons. You got buy, sell, and then your account information. So pretty standard, except for the bot, of course. And you can create a bot by the top or that button that I just showed you. If you guys are new, which you probably are new on this call, or if you're an experienced trader, what Lonnie and Jeremy taught yesterday was what's absolutely needed for the grassroots movement of the Texas coin price to move like we all wanted to see, whoever is focused on the price. Um, and one of those things, one was social media, right? So hopefully you guys are out on X supporting Texas coin and creating activity and sharing the posts out. But the second thing is creating volume on the exchanges. And Pionex being one of the 8 exchanges that we're on, we have the opportunity for the US to do that. And Jeffrey can go on MEXC and Bitmart and Dex-Trade and the other ones. And so if you're outside of the US, you have the opportunity to greatly help us as well. And why the US focuses on, let's say, Pionex. And so what this bot is, what the reason for doing a bot, you'll take your however much you want to put onto the exchange here, and you can just set it and forget it. A bot basically just automates your trading. There's a AI bot. They use AI to capture the trades, the buy sell, and it of course without going into too deep into the trading aspect of things, the most popular you can select grid training in simple terms, it will set up the amount of money you have, whether it's $100 or $1,000 or 10,000. on up or whatever, that's the amount of grids that it will set up for you. And Candace knows a lot about this because she's heavily involved in automated bot trading. But grid trading bots will set up a strategy for you. And you see here, you've got different strategies. And you're like, wow, 74.57% on the plus side. That looks like a pretty good strategy to me. You've got also a 32.98 grid strategy. So it's going to set up these lines of grids, right, of a percentage of when the price of TXC falls in this grid between a buy and a sell, that bot's going to say, okay, the price has gone down, we're going to buy. And so it'll grab up a bunch of buys or however many you have the ability to do with the money that you deposited. And then when that the price of TXC goes up and hits the upper grid line, it's going to say, okay, let's sell because the where we bought at is here and where you need to sell at is here. So I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever tried to trade manually, I'm not a trader. I'll never admit that I'm a trader or a financial advisor for that matter. But I love doing it. But you have to stick to your eyes. You have to glue your eyeballs to the screen 24/7, and you have to keep an eye on the price. What's great about this is like your rotisserie chicken, you set it and forget it, and you've got this bot working for you. So I just threw in some money and I did a grid trading bot. Again, never throw in money that you can't afford to lose. And I'm not saying I'm not saying like Lonnie said yesterday, it's not that you're just going to throw in money and you're going to make all this money and the bot's going to, make you a millionaire. The bot will go up and down, like I just said, for especially for this grid trading. And like the first one there, just read it. It's a grid strategy. It's a 7D, 7 days. The next one is a 30 day. I did a 30 day, just because. Or there's a 180 day. There's pros and cons. You can read. You can customize it. But just giving you the basics of this grid trading bot. They also have a Martingale bot, which is like an auto reinvest, auto compounding, which means it'll take your wins, take your percentages, and it will put back in and buy sell at once. You can do the trailing mode. I just did standard. And so you can select your standard. I just did AI strategy. Again, I'm just letting it do it for me. So it'll do these different trades for you as it goes along. And you can also DIY. This is for more advanced users, but for this purpose, we're going to keep it on AI strategy. So let's say you have a couple $100 you want to put in there. And just a reminder, guys, any amount of volume helps. So, and this is exactly why I'm teaching it, is because the overall, if we can get, like Lonnie said yesterday, if we can, or Jeremy, if we can get like 1,000 or 10,000 of the 50,000, 55 plus thousand miners that are in, and we want to do what we can. Maybe some of us aren't good at social media. Some of us have some funds that we can throw in and do this. Whatever that we can do is going to help greatly for what we're doing here. So I have a couple of bots set up. You see, the first one is the grid trading that I showed you first. The second one is the Martingale's bot here. And so if you look at like what's going on here, it'll basically, and I wouldn't focus on like you do the price every second of the day. I would just set it and forget it. Like this is why I did it. Because like yesterday. So yesterday I set up the bot. It was at I forget what price it was at. It was like probably $1.67, $1.70-ish range. And so it was like 159% in the red because what happened was it went in and started buying, and then the at I think it was at like actually a $1.80 something price, but it went in and started buying, and then the price dropped, but then it started recovering because the TXC started going the other way, and so it buy sell all the way up and all the way down, right? So it's creating all these orders you see here and it's set all these orders to when, okay, so the price is going up, so we're looking at the buy price right now at $1.91. That's where we're sitting at, where the TXC is. So when we're moving up and down, it's doing as we always teach: you buy low, you sell high. You don't do the opposite, which a lot of panic sellers will do. You see, oh my gosh, the TXC just went from, $3, and now we're at, oh my gosh, we're at $2.50. You see people start selling because they don't understand that that's how the market moves. And that's why I put out the post that says you cannot have a weak stomach for being in crypto, because this is how the market moves. The market determines. You've got these panic sellers. Well, but what happens is all these people, they start like, oh my gosh, I'm in this crypto company and they said it was going to go to $16 and now we're at 250. Now we're at $2. Oh my God, I got to sell my, they freak out and they sell, right? And so this creates the opportunity for those that know crypto, or that know the market, or that know where Bobby is taking this company and what we're doing to help Bobby take this company. And we're just in phase one. We haven't even hit the starting line for Texit yet. So this is a huge opportunity for people like us here on the training to take advantage of this. This is what in crypto, what we call a flash sale. This is hot, hot, hot. This is when you buy, guys. This is when you take advantage of the market, because what happens is very easily this $1.60 price that it was at yesterday when I set the bot, it's $1.90 right now, $1.92, $1.93. This is where you can really capitalize on your bags of Texas coin, right? Um, and this is why, it's great to have your miners going, because two-part here, guys. When you have your miners going, you have the golden goose, right? So your miner is, whether the price is $1.60 or $16, your miner is still collecting those amount of coins every single day. And you could sit back, kick your feet up, eat a bonbon and say, "Whoo, look at those people freaking out about the price. But look what I'm doing. I'm still collecting. Whoops, that guy just sold his bag of TXC because the price went down a little bit and he panicked, but now he has nothing else. He's got, or she's got nothing else. They're out of coins. Bye bye. Now you have to enter the market back in where you can try to get in to where it's still low, but the price just went up. And so you guys get the idea. So that's why it's so important, even when you're talking people, to get your hands on the golden goose. The golden eggs are great, but that's what the golden geese are laying here, right? And so it's so important to get that point across to people is, and you're going to keep collecting these for 135, 136 years. So how amazing is that? So I always teach also that it's great to be a hybrid of the both. It's great to have your miners, and it's great to have your bag of Texas coin as well, so that you can do what you please with that as you go. And so back to this trading bot. I'm not sitting here focused on this minus 94% here. What I'm focused on is getting my money in here and trading and creating this trading volume and pushing the whole point of what we're doing here. And then this second bot is the martingale bot that I showed you guys secondly, and the detail here. You can see kind of a different layout, and this is what they're calling round one. And you could see like all through down here. So the current, it'll show you the current price here at almost $1.93. You could see where it bought at 50 TXC at $1.9277. And below that, you'll see different other buys that the bot did, right? And so these that the bot bought above were yesterday. So there was a point where it spiked. There was a point where it sold and sold at $1.98. So you can see exactly what the bot's doing. Now, you can turn off your bot at any time. It's not like you put your money there and you're like, oh my gosh, what's this bot doing? It's stuck, and or I feel like it's stuck, or it's not. You don't want to stop the bot when it's in the middle of trading, because it's got these buy orders in for you at certain prices, and it's waiting to hit certain price levels in order to sell. So if you stop the bot, you have the decision to do that, but don't do it and then you're taking a loss, and now you just threw your money in, and let the bot run is my point. And so that's basically what I wanted to show you guys. If there's any questions or if that wasn't clear enough, just let us know. And I'm going to stop sharing now and have your time here. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, because I thought because I had froze up while you were doing that for a minute. And awesome job, both Cory and Jeffry, and appreciate all of the knowledge. I just keep learning. Hey, I wanted to just cover something real quick just to make people sure that they know. I just got done. Cory's taking me up on one of the gift card offers, so I just wanted to let you know that it's just like the coins that when you get the gift cards, you got a sticker, and I put the sticker on the envelope now.
There
But
you
but
go.
yeah, thank you on that. But I put the sticker on the envelope so that if I need to reference that, I can. But then you take soap and you scratch off the code, okay, and wash it off with soap, not abrasive, and then you will see the code that you can use to enter. And they do have that code. They do have gift card on the drop downs for entering people when you're entering people. So I scratched that off and sent Cory a picture of that. And then with the thing that I had offered is we know that one of his buddies has a gift card ordered. For one, I was a part of helping order that, so we know he's got it coming. And then he will then do the same. He will take a picture of both codes, the code with the sticker, and then he'll wash it off and send me a picture of the other code so that I can then use it later. But right now, we need to get him points, guys. If you don't know how important it is for you to get him points, just look at what promos they're putting out. They're putting out promos for a reason, folks, for you to double your volume. And so I wanted to try to show something on that real quick. I don't know if I can. Let me, I don't know what the problem is there. But I was going to share screen on something real quick, but doesn't look like it wants to play. So, okay, I think I'm frozen.
I can hear
No,
you, but we
no.
see your
The
we
don't send thing.
yeah. That's I think
Okay.
recording your bug fix.
Yeah, it is not letting me out of that page. Okay.
Uh,
So, Cory, I'm gonna let you take this out of here unless we have a couple questions, but we do want to keep it close to this hour.
Perfect. Did you have a video you wanted me to show?
No, I was gonna go to my back office real quick and make a couple jokes, but because I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna double 271,000 in
Exactly.
You better get to work.
I was like, how am I going to double 271,000 in a week? But of course, that is for encouragement of newer folks. Looks like Val's got a question. Val, you can unmute and ask your question to Mr. Jeffrey or Mr. Cory.
I typed it in the comments, but I was just curious, is the gift cards, do they come UPS or FedEx?
Mine came UPS today.
Okay, thank you.
And also, Thomas, on the Wednesday of NetSuite, aside from the breakdown of Bitmart, if you want as well, I can drop in a little quick training there and give everybody a rundown or give everybody a list of the crypto lingo that is used when social sharing, like FUD and shilling and stuff like that. We could break down a good list for sharing out to everybody the lingo behind crypto.
I think that's valuable. I think that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, we do put the recordings up on every day, Henry, and we have a whole list of the recordings as well that Andrea puts together. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
You bet, Henry.
Cory, Jeffrey, I'll let you guys decide who's taking us out of here.
All right. I'll
Well,
take us
we
out.
got Miss Susan.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, too
Hold
late.
up.
Sorry, Susan. No, just kidding. Go ahead, Susan.
I got in at the end here. You said earlier that the buy five, get one is going to end at the end of the year.
Yes.
The buy nine, get two.
That will not be ending.
Okay, that'll continue. Okay, that was my question. Thank you.
He's gradually taking away anything free because we're giving away we're giving away so much hash that it doesn't add up for the totality of the game plan.
Okay. All right, good to know. I'll let everybody know that this week. Thank you.
Get that 5-to-1, get one done. That's what I say. Let's get her. But I also really like the idea. Just jump to the 9 to get 11, so you can get your two extra spots, and then put in 2 more 9s 2 weeks later, and make about $9,000 and a whole bunch of extra hash and a whole bunch of 1, 2, 3s. So there you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us this morning. We hope your
headphones, and I can bring them back with me.
Just a second. Sarah's unmuted.
Oh, got her.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you guys, everybody, for joining. Absolutely eye-opening. Thank you, Jeffrey, so much for sharing your knowledge on Canada and all things crypto. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Hop on our socials, help us do some trading, and we're going to have a great holiday. And most importantly, for you and your families, if you are somebody that wants to refer or are referring and have the opportunity to take advantage of this promotion, please do. You have an opportunity to bring in a lot of Texacoin right now, which is amazing. So thank you guys again. We'll see you. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you on the links. You can all